It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. Is the support of Black Lives Matter now ruined? This is with the new riots in Philadelphia after the video. It shows Walter Wallace coming at cops with a knife. This is right before getting shot and killed. The panel will discuss it now on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely. Make sure to click subscribe, click the like, do the clicks, all right? Leave your comments, and definitely help us out and share this on your, share this video now, okay? We appreciate that as we continue to fight our shadow ban fight. Big tech. They're not doing well in front of Senate. It's a shame nothing's going to happen, though.
Well, FCC could step in.
No. They got to take away their what's it called, rights, their
Protections.
Yeah, we'll get into that another day.
Yeah.
All right, Philadelphia burns, New York burns, Washington, D.C. burns again as riots are back. All because of a shooting in Philadelphia. Lawyer Wayne, have you seen the video?
I've not.
You have not. Have you heard the story?
I've heard a bit about it.
Red Pill Jen?
No, I haven't.
Have it, huh? What do you got? Yeah, Hot Met Chess? Ben, have you seen the video?
I just heard about it.
You heard about what's going on?
Yeah, I ain't seen the video because I got to see the whole video.
Yes, and that's what we're going to do here. It's a little graphic, but we're going to do our best to do it tastefully, all right? But let's get into Walter Wallace Jr. All right, the Philadelphia man shot and killed by the police. So this was October 26th, okay? So we're talking about Monday. And so the shooting death was captured on video, and police say that Wallace was armed with a knife and advanced towards the officer. Sorry, Alicia Keys. You can see him move towards the uniformed officers in the video, too, and it's not clear yet how far away he was from the officers when they opened fire, but we're going to show this video, and again, it's a little disturbing, okay? It shows a moment of shooting. Now, witnesses and family members, they told the Philadelphia Inquirer that the officers fired at least a dozen times. The newspaper said 13 evidence markers were observed at the scene. I believe it came down to 10 shots was the final count. 10 shots for the one guy.
It's excessive.
So outrage was pretty swift. The Philadelphia Federation of Teachers, okay, president, the Jerry Jordan, he said this in a statement. I am heartsick, weary, and enraged again and again. Far too many being black in America has deadly consequences. That's a lie, by the way, okay? Now you're just trying to stoke up emotion. And then he went on to say the video of Walter Wallace Jr. being shot and killed by Philadelphia police, followed by the guttural screams of his mother running into his fallen body, is too much to bear. All right, well, let's take a look at the video. Check this out. And where are you? Here we go. Here's the video.
Yo, watch the well. Don't shoot the well.
All right, I'm going to fast forward to this a little bit because the one who's videoing this is in a car, and it gets a little shaky, and it gets a little dizzy, actually.
Yo.
All right. Okay. I think the shakes are over. Okay, so there's Wallace, okay? And this was, from what I understand, from descriptions, that's the mother trying to say, hold on. Now, cops were called to a disturbance about what's going on there, and now they arrive. Now Wallace is outside.
Now, is it known whether he had any type of prior history?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. At least, what is it? He had this rap sheet, a criminal history. Now, cops, if a name is given, hey, so-and-so has got a knife, Bay?
I think they get a flag.
So
that if he got a violent history or any type of abuse, hey, and if he got a weapon, approach with caution.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. Not that he deserved to die, but I mean, I was wondering if he had
understood,
prior. Yeah.
Just a couple of months before that, he had assaulted an officer, went before a judge, and a judge ordered a mental evaluation of this guy.
Yikes.
He did the mental evaluation, but it hasn't been divulged whether or not he was determined to actually have a mental illness, because that takes time. You can't just go in for one appointment and say, yeah, he's mentally,
Yeah, and he's been arrested a lot of times, actually.
And violence against an officer. So the bottom line is the police in this case at least did have, they did have reason to go in feeling cautious, I think.
He has rapped also about social justice and actually harming and killing police. Yeah,
that's all the same guy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know. That's why when I see this justice for Walter trending, even when my friends are sharing it, I think you need to know the full story before you put stuff out there.
Yeah.
And not know what the hell's going on. So here's the cops. Now you can see cops are backing away from Wallace with the knife. So there's the shooting. Okay. Bay, you watch this. What are your thoughts?
A little bit excessive with the shots, though.
Excessive with the shots. Mm-hmm. Why do you think it was excessive with the shots?
Too many.
Why do you think they did too many?
They were probably scared. You know what I'm saying? But
that's like 15 yards. You got a really bad shot.
Because if you, and ain't no telling how many other people was on the street. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of shots.
Now,
and all them bullets, I don't think hit him.
If it's 10 shots, what if it's 5 and 5 with the two officers?
Hang on a second. You make a good point that it's each, but the training. If you ask, what are you supposed to do? When do you stop shooting? You're supposed to stop shooting when they're on the ground and are no longer a threat.
Yes. Yep.
So the question is, how many shots were fired after he hits the ground? That's the question that you start asking. Because if he's on the ground, they're pumping bullets into him.
Let's take a look and listen.
You're going to get sued, if nothing else.
He went down right away.
Okay, here we go.
It stopped when he hit the ground.
Down 2.
I counted 4 shots before he actually completely hit the ground, but he was falling pretty soon.
Okay, he's on the ground.
One more shot after he hit.
Yeah.
But he was falling pretty
He could have
quickly.
been in the process of pulling the trigger when,
Now, also, people were saying why was no tasers used?
They probably didn't have.
They didn't have them. You know why? To fund the police.
Mm-hmm.
The department did not have money to get the tasers.
Not only that, and I'll tell you another thing, with being in South Carolina where I was a police officer at, in order to carry the taser, you had to get shot with the taser. You weren't allowed to carry it unless you were shot with it. And I'm sorry, number one, I'm a female, I'm smaller. Number two, I'm not going to have someone shoot me with a taser when I've done nothing wrong and have to have this stuff pulled out of my back and then have sores and bleeding in order to carry that particular weapon. I'm not doing it.
Or what if you have an underlying heart condition or other conditions?
I mean, anything. Yeah.
It's not safe. I mean,
So
I don't blame you.
Wallace's father says that he
You're saying
had.
women are too chicken to use a taser.
No, I'm not going to
saying
get shot. I'm not going to have prods shot into my body.
They said
in order
that.
to carry it.
On camera.
And then you got media out there, okay?
Yeah, it hurts.
But one thing I don't get about what y'all talking about, but they got the right to carry the gun, but they ain't been shot with a gun.
Yeah. Why should you? It's
That's
like
a
a
good
hazing
point,
thing.
Peg.
I really think it's just a
I
hazing
do
thing,
too.
and it shouldn't be done.
It's just like with the mace in
Yeah.
some cases, or
Well,
like
you
if you're in the military, a lot of times I know
But
they'll
here's the
actually,
thing: with the mace, I get it, but if it's being sprayed and it's being shot out, you've got to be able to function and keep your head about you and continue to do your job while you have that effect going on with the ice running and the snot and the burning and the hurting. You still have to be able to function. When you're tased, it is meant to put you down.
Yeah. No, what we're saying, we don't agree with it. We think it's ridiculous that you should have to be tased in order to carry it.
Well, then after that, okay, let's take a look, because the streets erupted in Philadelphia. And I don't, listen, I'm all for people protesting. I am not for people rioting.
Yeah.
And
Huge
I am
difference.
not for opportunists taking advantage
Of a bad situation.
of a situation that if a guy is coming at me with a knife, I'm also shooting.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm protecting myself.
All right, so
Especially if he's had all those prior issues and he had literally just had a violent confrontation with officers.
I don't even care about your past. You
I
come
don't
at me
even
with a
care about
knife,
the
I'm going to
past.
shoot you.
You coming at me?
Yeah.
I'm protecting myself.
I'm with you, babe.
That's
Yeah.
just what it is. No. I like life.
I agree with you. So here's some of the videos that are going around. Okay, protests and riots ignited as stores, were looted, and an officer was actually struck by a truck.
Oh my God. The looting is something that I've never understood. That's not protesting.
Like I tell
No,
people,
it's opportunistic.
they're attacking the wrong people.
It's they're making
Have
themselves
you
look
seen
bad.
this? Watch this. All right, there are the police with the riot gear on. Mm-hmm. Oh, did they not show it? I guess they didn't show it. Well, a truck comes over and runs over a cop at a pretty fast speed there.
Did they catch him and arrest him?
It
as
was a
well?
female officer that got ran over, broken leg.
That's ridiculous. They're just out there trying to do their jobs, I think, in this case. I
Then
mean,
they set an SUV on fire, and then the Walmarts. Okay, they looted and emptied out this Walmart. Same thing with a Foot Locker. I mean, what does that have anything to do with anything?
I saw a picture of a guy had a dolly. He had an entire washing machine.
Yeah, I saw that.
wow.
And there was a guy.
Wheeling a washing machine out on a dolly.
Who brings a dolly to a protest?
Somebody that knows how to loot.
Seriously.
One looter, loaded up all their stuff into the car. Another looter holds that looter at gunpoint, steals the car and all the stuff inside of it.
Oh, double loot.
The guy that got his car stolen calls the cops
Oh, really?
to report.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What was you doing?
Hamida.
See what happened was.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I think that the looting detracts from if they really want to get this message out and they want people to be supportive and be behind it. I could be a lot more supportive and I could be a lot more behind your mission and what you're doing. If you're not out there destroying neighborhoods, looting, tearing down businesses, you would have more of my support and my attention.
I think you misapprehend what the message is, because the message is loud and clear. The message is stop calling the police when people shoplift, right?
Oh, okay. I missed that.
If you
Sorry.
call the police when people shoplift, we're going to destroy your stores and take everything, right? And that's why they have movements right now and the legal movements to lower the penalties for shoplifting. Heard on NPR yesterday.
well, I'll tell you. I mean,
Businesses are seen as in league with the police to keep people from committing crimes.
Well, gee.
Yeah, stop
It's a
stealing.
crime. I mean, I can
Stop
understand
stealing.
lowering the penalty, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I
if you
don't
break the law.
I don't understand this is our reparations. Okay, have you heard this argument? No. Right? That's one of the things.
Oh, yeah, I have heard
we
that.
are
We
looting and
deserve it.
stealing because this is us getting our reparations. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Who are you to decide who owes you money? Hey, especially locally owned businesses. You go to a locally owned business, you owe me this, get out of here. Bring that nonsense anywhere. And this is why Black Lives Matter, the movement itself, the support is plummeting. Mm-hmm. The people opposing this. Here, take a look at this. This is from Civics, all right? Civics, they're very good with their stats and charts. Here's Black Lives Matter, okay, all right, boom. You know what this is right here? This is George Floyd. Okay? So boom, it goes up. And now, ever since, I want you to look at the oppose. Look at the opposing skyrocketing.
That's the orange, right?
Okay, the orange is the opposing skyrocketing.
Some of us are blind.
All right? Where they had support.
What's that bottom blue?
In the bottom,
That's
that is
Native.
people going, I don't care.
Okay. I just can't read it.
So not only is the opposing skyrocketing, their support is diminishing, and the people who aren't giving an F about it
Has declined.
is plummeting.
Yeah.
Why? Because of exactly what's happening in Philadelphia.
Washington, D.C.
Because people are now, like Bay said earlier, I want to see the video. Mm-hmm. People are watching the videos now and going, Wait a minute.
Because everybody,
I would have shot him too.
everybody and their mama knows. Protect what is yours.
Exactly.
If somebody trying to take your life, you better defend yours.
Well, let's face it, if we didn't see that first, 30 seconds before it had happened, that video would look entirely different.
That's what these blue checks on Twitter are doing. They're taking these snippets of the video, and
they're sewing them and seaming them and piecing them and cutting them.
And there it is. It's, oh my God.
It's like, you remember the guy a few months ago that we talked about where the officer supposedly smacked his mask off or something.
Yeah.
But then you watch the whole video, and it was
There's
actually
a whole build up and lead up.
Yeah, so it made way more sense after you saw the whole thing.
And Tennessee, Black Lives Matter. Look at how many oppose now. Here in Tennessee, 51% opposing, supporting 36%. Again, don't give an F, down to 12%. You're losing your fight. One, you're being exposed of your founders and the Marxist organization that did create you. Okay? The over $1 billion that you have made in your 7 years of existence. And what are you doing with that money? I don't see one dime of it going into communities that could use it. We're getting wise. We're getting wise to you. And if you disagree with me, come on the show and let's talk about it. I still see the post, the Black Lives Matter. I think you're misinformed and you are mistaken about what this organization is really about. Anyone have anything to add?
Even if it's, okay, because I said before, I support the idea of the movement. I don't necessarily support that organization. And that applies, in my opinion, to lots of different things. And so what's sad about it to me is that, the idea of the movement, of making things equal, of not having violence against minorities is something we should be looking at.
Well,
but the fact that the idea of it is being cheapened by other
take a look at this, Red Pill Jen. This is from the Washington Post, a very liberal left-leaning newspaper. Yeah. So they keep the FBI stats on a regular, okay? So here it is. Out of how many times a cop, this is last year, we'll get the 2020 numbers when the year is over.
Why is the number 999?
That's how many people.
That's how you flip it
over.
People
shot and killed by police.
Today, I went there too.
666.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, that's how many people were shot and killed by police last year.
Yeah.
Okay, 999.
It's gotta be more than that. You sure about
shot and killed?
It's updated.
Shot and killed. This is
updated August 10th, 2020. All right. All right.
Okay.
Shot and killed, though, too, not just shot.
Oh, okay.
Shot and killed.
I say.
Okay.
We got like
fatality.
That many people shot here in Clarksville.
Now let's do by race.
Okay.
Black people. How many of that 999? What's your guess?
I'm gonna say 450 something.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 250.
250 is accurate. 250.
It was on the drop-down menu.
And I want to clarify.
Was it?
I was sitting close.
Oh, you cheater!
Hold on.
I'm not necessarily talking about violence.
Let's go with unarmed.
Talking about equality.
Let's go with unarmed. 14. Only 4. And believe you me, one is too many.
I was about to say.
You go into these individual stories here, and you can see where it is self-defense.
Well, I want to exactly. Like they said before, I want to see the whole video in its entirety before I even try and have a discussion on the matter.
Because as I go into these, because this is what I do at night, I study these numbers. I'm a big numbers guy. And then I go into the stories, because I'm a story guy. Yeah. All right? And the amount of times of these cars are driving at these cops as they're shooting.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
A car,
I seen
car's
that
a weapon.
I seen that here happen.
What's that?
96. Police shot and killed dude out there on Mayu Road.
Yeah? Driving the car towards him?
Yep, because we was going to the fair.
Okay.
On Campbell. And we were sitting there. All of a sudden we hear the cop cars. And then sheriff pulled up. It was a old school white muscle car that pulled up and stopped. Then 2 more sheriff cars pulled up. They had them blocked. Dude wouldn't get out the car, so he hit the gas, and that's when they opened up on him.
Right.
I was like, whoa.
A car's a weapon.
Yeah, it is.
Black people are not being killed left and right by police officers. Stop saying that, too, on your social media platforms, because you're wrong. You don't even look at the numbers. How about this? Let me get rid of all of that.
And then for those who are on iHeart and who maybe can't
Yeah,
Hear you.
check out the video. Check out the video on Facebook and YouTube.
What website are you looking at now?
Okay. This is the WashingtonPost.com.
Okay.
Okay. And Hispanics. Unarmed. 11 people. Where's the big, Hispanic Lives Matter?
Yeah. I said there's so much that goes into it. I'd be curious about what areas these were in. I mean, so this is all across the U.S.
This is across the U.S.
Across the whole U.S.
But that doesn't really, if you're looking at it from a statistical standpoint, these numbers don't tell you a whole lot. This is a very...
Black people are not being killed left and right by cops.
I never said they were.
I know, but there's people that are saying it.
Yeah.
And I want to know why. Why don't they want to do the... Here we go. White people. Unarmed. 25. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
That's more than double the amount of black people unarmed killed. Now, and I know there's a big difference in population percentage, but nonetheless, the numbers don't lie. Sometimes people do to you. All right. Let's move forward, all right?
Yeah.
Let's move forward before I freaking...
Or has a coronary panic attack.
Lawyer Wayne.
Joe, breathe.
Statistics are useful for showing the scope of a problem and can also indicate systemic problems if you run the numbers and see something weird. There's nothing particularly weird about that. Every case in and of itself is a tragedy, whether the shooting was justified or not, and every case in and of itself can't be reduced to that simple, right? I don't trust the Washington Post has that big and accurate.
Well, that's from the FBI.
Right. They're repeating the stats that come from other people that come from other people. But it does give you this. If you're worried about what are the problems facing people right now, where should we devote our energy to? It's useful to look at the numbers.
Yeah.
It gives you a baseline. It doesn't give you the specifics.
Now, I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist.
Because it do.
It does.
Oh, yeah, it definitely does.
And then what I hate the most is prejudice.
Yeah.
That's what I hate the most.
Right. Bigotry. Right.
That's what I hate the most. Because your prejudice, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's your racist, I know.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a difference. All right, he hate me.
Right.
Stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? But
He hate me. That was an XFL player, remember? That was his name. He hate me.
you know, but
Right. All right. Well, hey, comment with your thoughts, all right? And don't forget to share this and hit that notification bell and subscribe. Let's see what you have to say about it all.
It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.